day 2, Greg? What are we working on?
I'm finishing up making a post, and then Zach's over there marking trusses, and then I'm gonna build this wall up over here, and then paint some trusses.
So we were just discussing all of our chains are sitting up at our last job site, and we're trying to decide if we're gonna need them today. We will definitely put some trusses up, but being such a small building, only 40 wide, 72 foot long, we might be able to just temp brace it today, and then we got to go up tomorrow. Well, maybe put some soffit on that last job and take care of that and pick up our chains, maybe our scissor lifts. So I don't know. I think we're gonna make our walls, make our headers. Those take some time. We got bracing we can do. We got to make purlins. We can do grade board, rat board. Oh, rat board. I'll take you along on that journey. That's miserable, but we'll go over here and look at these trusses, see what Zach's doing. How's it going, Zach? So you're marking trusses?
Yep.
And by that, what we do is we mark off the peak 4.5 inches, and then from there, every 2 foot gets a mark. Okay, you can see he's already got 2 foot marks, and then we'll go down to the end, and he's gonna get this pile nice and straight, all lined up, and then he'll take this line and he'll mark it down. That way, every truss, kind of like a story pole, every truss will have the same mark. That way, when we run our purlins, we don't have to measure up in the air. It's all done on the ground, and then it's also consistent. You can see here, these top trusses that are nice and slippery, they've got a standard bottom cord, straight bottom cord, and then we've got horizontal framing. That is so we can put our steel up on the end walls, but then when we get into the middle, we're gonna have this nice vaulted ceiling. So this kind of gives you an idea. It's about 2.5 feet, 3 feet difference from a standard bottom cord to a nice vaulted ceiling, which we need on this one because of the basketball court in the future. So awesome. Don't forget to mark your wind ties, bro. Back from lunch, getting this last wall laid out. You can see we got more porch headers. So we run a 2x12 top and bottom of the porch just for framing so we can tie everything in. Greg's working on purlins over here, drilling them, pre-drilling them. That way we don't have any splits for our 60 pennies. And then right here is going to be a garage door. We'll go ahead, we're going to stand up this whole section at one time, and then we'll come back, build our header right here, stand that up individually, tie it all in from that corner down to that corner, and then we'll leave this end wall probably off, start putting up some trusses. By far the best part right now. We only get to do this for a couple days before the framing is done, so that's kind of the bittersweet side of post framing. Is it really does frame pretty quick, but the other side of it is it's great gratification, so we get to kind of just bust through it, make something happen. All right, time to get to work. This garage door header. Last thing we got to do before we put up some trusses This is only an 8-foot tall garage door, something kind of standard that you're gonna see for maybe lawnmowers, occasional truck. So we got this wall all stood at once. You saw that. Now we'll go ahead, we'll get this up, connect these 2 walls, and then we'll start on this end and start trussing out. We'll see how far we get. Purlins are made, all right here, ready to go, right where we want them. Got the mega deck, got the Teleboom 200. It's gonna be putting up some weight, Greg. Awesome, first 2 trusses, actually 3 trusses up. That makes our first bay. And we're gonna go ahead and strap the first bay of purlins on, which are gonna create our 2-foot overhang on the gable. We'll go ahead and get those up. So once that's up, we'll go ahead and probably spend the rest of the day cleaning up site and bracing off this building. That way it doesn't go anywhere. It's supposed to be pretty windy tomorrow, but I feel pretty good about where we're at right now. So got a little bit of push here at the end of the day. So let's get it done. Okay, now no doubt this mega deck 3394 is probably overkill on a 40-foot wide building, but it is still sweet. And we'll be able to basically extend this thing out enough that, better make sure I know what I'm doing here. We'll be able to extend this thing out enough that will reach from eave to peak. That's awesome. Getting them all strapped up. You gonna pick it in a good spot, Greg? Mm-hmm. Dude, you're getting a red beard too, man. Got a nice sunset coming here in the Midwest. We're just wrapping up getting our chains on. So what we'll do is you can see we put an X on every wall. Got one over there. I got my 2 chain buckets out. That's how we store our chains here in this nice job box. All of our binders, snap binders, chains, and we'll put an X on all these walls. We'll put cross chains back and forth on our last truss out, and then we've got a peak chain coming down here, and Greg just put that up there. We'll bring that down to a post. That'll lock it in for moving this way, and then all 3 walls are locked in from moving, so that way we feel real good. It's probably nothing more stressful than waking up in the middle of the night when we're at this stage of a building and the walls are just framed, even though there's not a lot of wind resistance, so there's not a lot for the wind to grab, pull down. You see it happen all the time. People always send me pictures. I'm not recording. Greg don't care. He's like, I'm going home. Let's get this done. I'm distracted by this sunset over here, man. You see this, Greg?
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, man. We are blessed beyond belief to be able to do this stuff out here with each other. Crickets?
Blessed, huh?
Yeah. All right, let's get this done.
I'm not sure that's the word I use.
So chains are to brace the building. Some guys will use lumber. We like to use chains. They're a lot stronger than a piece of wood all day. But what we also use them for is to level out our buildings. You can see here that we need to go about 1/4 inch and 8 foot. So what we do is we've got our X brace, 2 chains X on this wall. We need to bring the top of this wall this way. And it's pretty standard in post frame. When you put your walls up, we can level them in and out on the brackets, but we can't level them side to side yet. So I take the snap binder there. We use that chain to bring this wall over. See how we did? Ooh. I gotta get this before she goes away. Gotta remember, it's the little things. For Greg, it's the really little things. But it's really important to take a break what you're doing sometimes. Appreciate the finer things of life. Let me get a selfie real quick with it. Let's see how we do this. Get a nice, ooh, this new iPhone X. It's legit. It takes some sweet portrait mode pictures. You can't even really tell, but look at that beard. When you guys first met me, it wasn't that big. That's not that good. Anyway, back to what we were doing. Let's check this. Right now you can probably see it a lot better. So we would probably put a wedge down on our chain to get it just a little bit more, but my guess through experience is that if we put one more link on that binder and tightened it, it'd be too tight. So we'll leave that overnight, because just the tension of the chains overnight will sometimes move our walls where we actually want them. And right now this is just temporary bracing. We don't want it to look bad when people are driving by. It's got to look straight, because if it looks straight, it is straight. When we finally put our steel exterior skin on, that's when we put it money, and then it's where it's at for the rest of its life. So let's go home.